Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to this session brought to you by Unacademy. So today we are going to look into the June current affairs. Okay. So current affairs for the month of June, which will be covered using 40 MCQs. So this is a 90-minute session which will complete by 5:30. So I hope you are ready you have come prepared for the June session. Okay. So before we begin, let me just talk to you about Unacademy. Unacademy is India's largest learning platform which offers you a wide variety of contents, starting from daily live classes where you can chat with your educator, engage in discussions, clear your doubts, etc. Live tests and quizzes which will help you to evaluate your own preparation, attempt mock test series, etc. Then structured courses which will be beneficial for you because the entire syllabus for the UPSC examination would be comprehensively covered by eminent teaching faculties. Okay, and then unlimited access to all our contents based on your subscription. So in order to get all these things, first thing to do is download Unacademy Learning app. You can download this app using Google Play or App Store for free, and please create an account and get a subscription. Okay, so I am Madhav Sankar R Warrier. You can follow me in my Telegram channel t.me/msrw1. Also, you can follow me at Unacademy channel unacademy.com/@msrw, so that whenever I schedule a class or whenever I schedule a lesson, you will get notified. Okay, all my class notes, PDFs, etc. are also uploaded into this particular Telegram channel. So I request you to subscribe to this one. Okay, so Unacademy brings you the top educators from all over the country. You know most of them, so no further introductions necessary there. So the UPSC CSE package of Unacademy looks something like this. Okay, it has all the basic materials such as polity, history, so and so. Also, you have the optional courses, practice and strategy sessions, answer writing courses for mains. Okay, so this is a comprehensive coverage of the entire UPSC exam. Clear? So get a subscription. Unacademy brings you two kinds of subscriptions for UPSC. One is known as the Plus package, which is the basic package. Okay, so far what I have mentioned is available to you in the Plus package. Okay, so this is provided to you in varying time formats starting from 1 month all the way to 3 years. So a typical 1-year subscription of 12 months will cost you 49,500. Okay, but if you use my code MSRW1, you can fetch 10% discount and can pay only 44,550. Clear? So any subscription that is greater than or equal to 6 months in time, you can pay the fee using no cost EMI facility. As equated monthly installments also, the payment of fees is possible. Okay, for any subscription that is greater than or equal to 6 months in time. The other kind of subscription is known as iconic subscription. Alright, so here over and above the Plus package, you would also get something very particular. For example, a personal coach or a personal mentor or a guide, whatever you want to call that person. Okay, so basically this is a one-to-one session with the educator, which will be very much important for you, useful for you. So please do look into that. Daily mains answer writing practice, study planner sessions, personalized feedback sessions. Okay, so a comprehensive, one-on-one kind of coverage is given to you in the Plus, in the iconic category. So here a 1-year subscription will cost 69,500. Using the code MSRW1 will fetch you 10% discount, and you can pay effectively 62,550 for 1 year. Okay, last but not least, regarding the optional courses, these are the packages available. Unacademy offers you almost all the optionals which are put forth by UPSC. So please do take a look into them. 1 year subscription here is costing you 27,500. Here also using the code MSRW1 will fetch you 10% discount. Also remember, Unacademy brings you a lot of free contents. Okay, free videos, free materials are all available with Unacademy. In order to unlock them, you have to use an educator code. Okay, an educator code is required for unlocking these free contents. There also you can use the same one, MSRW1. Clear? So yeah, regarding Unacademy Combat, this is the final week of Unacademy Combat. The final session will happen on December 20th, 2020 at 11 AM. I hope you are familiar with this. Otherwise, please click the link below in the description box to understand more about the Unacademy Combat. It is basically a 45 minutes all India quiz, 60 questions, 13 combats, 6 sessions, etc. There are attractive prizes. First prize is Apple MacBook Air. Second is Apple iPad Mini. Third, Apple AirPods. And the top 100 rankers would be getting rupees 1,000 Amazon vouchers. Okay, very attractive prices are awaiting you. Don't miss the opportunity. December 20th, coming Sunday, you will have the final session of Unacademy Combat. And regarding the UPSC exam, you know, next year it is going to happen on June 27th, Sunday, which means we have about 6 months remaining for preparing for this exam. And Unacademy is actually started a 6 months GS course yesterday. You can still join this. We will completely cover the syllabus. Prelims test series will be there. 500-hour plus live sessions would be there. PDF of materials, etc., etc. And the classes will be taken by eminent faculty such as Mrinal sir, Siddharth sirs, etc., etc. Okay, so make sure to look into this. These are the other courses available for 2022 and 2023 also. All courses are available both in, available in bilingual format, exclusive Hindi format, and exclusive English format also. Okay, so you can take a look into all this and accordingly prepare. Alright, so please do take a look into my channel as well, unacademy.com/@MSRW. Plenty of free contents are available in this link also. You can watch them and do participate. I have an 8 p.m. session every day on Modern India quizzes, which is currently going on. So please do join me at 8 p.m. in Unacademy platform. Okay, so that is it regarding a very brief introduction. Now let's start with the MCQ session. So basically this is how it works. I will show you the question. I will read it out. You will have some 20 seconds to answer. Okay, I will wait for 20 seconds. In the meantime, you can put the answer in YouTube live chat. And then, irrespective of whether it is correct or wrong, I will explain the answer and we move on. Okay, there are 40 questions. This is a 90-minute session. That is, we will complete by 5:30. And tomorrow we will look into the next month, July, and so we will move on. Okay, so first question coming up on the board. Okay, consider the following statements about Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Okay, PMAU. 1. It aims to provide Pakka houses to all eligible beneficiaries of urban India by 2022 with a vision of housing for all. 2. The annual income cap is up to Rs 3 lakhs for EWS, 3 to 6 lakhs for LIG, and 6 to 18 lakhs for MIG. Select the correct statements. Good evening, Ram Kumar. Good evening, Saubhagya. Welcome. Okay. Yeah, we will start a bit slow, okay, so that more and more people can join by the time we pick up the pace. Any idea? Question number 1. I will wait for 10 seconds, okay? I hope you know what this EWS and this LIG and MIG means. EWS basically means the economically weaker sections. Okay, this is something very new. Please do look into it. There are various criteria for qualifying as an EWS candidate. LIG means lower income group. Okay, low income groups. And MIG is the middle income groups. Clear? So these are the expansions of EWS, LIG and MIG. So Vineet, welcome. Vineet is saying it is A. Saubhagya is also saying it is A. Correct answer is both A and B. Both statements are correct. Housing for all is a very well-known slogan, and this is supposed to be done by 2022. Also correct. And it aims to build Pakka houses to all eligible beneficiaries. And the eligible beneficiaries include these people. Okay, annual income cap of 3 lakh for EWS, 3 to 6 for LIG, and 6 to 18 for MIG. So both statements are correct. Answer is option C. So this is for Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Don't forget. Second one. Consider the following statements about an India Economic Strategy 2035. Okay, an India Economic Strategy 2035. 1. It identifies 10 sectors and 10 states in Indian market where Australia has competitive advantages. 2. It is a 3-pillar strategy with focus on building a sustainable long-term economic strategy, including economic ties, geostrategic engagement, and rethinking culture with thrust on soft power diplomacy. Select the correct statement. Hello Divya, welcome. So second statement is a bit long, okay, but it is very much answerable. I will give you some 10 to 15 seconds to think about it. and India Economic Strategy 2035. This has been in the news in June. Okay. Anyone? Any idea? Okay. So second question, correct answer is option C once again. Okay, both are true. So basically this was in the news because India and Australia actually signed some treaties around May 2020. Okay, and this one was a part of it. Clear? It was based on a virtual conference because due to COVID and all, our Prime Minister was not able to go there in person. So in the ministerial level, some video conference were conducted and they arrived in certain packs. So basically the India Economic Strategy 2035, it identifies 10 sectors and 10 states in Indian market where Australia has competitive advantages. Okay, so the development will happen with the assistance of Australia. Okay, investments from Australia. Second one, it is a three-pillared strategy focusing on economic ties, geostrategic engagement and rethinking culture with soft power diplomacy. Okay, so number 1, number 2 and number 3. These are the 3 pillars of India Economic Strategy 2035. Alright, so this is with Australia. Don't forget, although the name doesn't have anything to do with Australia, this vision is based on partnership with Australia. Clear? So, question number 3. Consider the following statements about Kholongchu project. Okay, number 1. It is a 50-50 joint venture between Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam, Himachal Pradesh PSU, and Nepalese Druk Green Power Corporation. 2. Kholongchu project is a part of 4 projects agreed in 2008, other 3 being Bunakha, Wangchu and Shamkarachu. Select the correct statements. Third question. So these questions are from Current Affairs / International Relations. Okay, IR. Any idea? Kholongchu project. Okay, Saubhagya is saying it is option A. Alright, I think I will explain it right now. Correct answer is actually option. Alisha is saying it is C. Neither of which is correct. Answer is B. Okay, answer is B. So it is a 50-50 joint venture between Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam, Himachal Pradesh Public Sector Unit, and it is not Nepalese, it is Bhutanese. Okay, Bhutanese Druk Green Power Corporation. So this is in 2008, India and Bhutan signed a pact for constructing 4 projects. Okay, and the other 3 are Bunakha, Wangchu and Shamkarachu. So this one, Kholongchu, is basically a hydroelectric project between Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam and Bhutanese Druk Green Power Corporation. So correct answer is option B, 2. Okay. Question 4. Consider the following statements about European Union Vietnam Free Trade Agreement, EVFTA. This was in the headlines in May 2020. Very important. Let's see. Number 1. EVFTA is the second FTA between European Union and ASEAN country after Indonesia. 2. This is the first FTA that has been signed after the outbreak of global COVID-19 that has resulted in a disruption of supply chains. Select the correct statements. Hello Fahim, welcome. Fourth question is up. I will wait for some 10 to 15 seconds and once you answer it, I will move on. Okay. European Union Vietnam Free Trade Agreement. Okay, I am getting answer as B. Correct. Okay, correct answer. Fourth question, answer is B. 2 only. Very good, Divya. EVFTA, European Union Vietnam Free Trade Agreement, is the second FTA between European Union and ASEAN country. That is correct. After, it is not Indonesia, it is Anyone? Any idea? Which country was the first ASEAN country to get into a free trade agreement with European Union? Does any of you know? First ASEAN country to have an FTA with EU is Singapore. Okay, not Indonesia. So that is why first statement is incorrect. Second is true. This is the first FTA that was signed after the global COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. Okay, so second statement is correct. Answer is option B. Question 5. Consider the following statements. Number 1. In the primary market, companies sell new stocks and bonds to the public for the first time, such as with an initial public offering, IPO. 2. The secondary market is basically the stock market and refers to as BSE, NSE, etc. Select the correct answer. So if you are into stock trading and if you are into the stock broking and all, you will definitely know the answer to this question. But even otherwise, you can go for a informed guess. Question 5. I'll wait for some 10 seconds. Okay, Saubhagya is saying it is C. Fahim saying it is B. Okay. Alright, I got a couple of answers, so I will move on now. Alisha also saying it is C. Correct, it is C indeed. Both are correct. Okay, there are two markets in India as far as stock trading is concerned. One is primary market, second one is secondary market. So basically in the primary market, the companies for the first time puts their stock. Okay, puts out their stock. This is known as IPO, initial public offering. Okay, so such trades happen for the first time in the primary market. And then from there, it goes to the secondary market, and there is where the usual trade exchanges work. Okay, Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, all these works in the secondary market. So we, the people who engage in stock trading and all, we deal with the secondary market. Clear? I mean, some of us actually go and buy IPOs from the primary markets, but most of the trade is concentrated in the secondary market. Okay, so NSE, BSE are all examples of that. Bombay Stock Exchange brings out Sensex. I hope you know this. And NSE brings out the Nifty. Clear? The stock trading indices. So 5 questions done. 6th question. Consider the following statements. Okay, these are a bit lengthy statements, but once you read them, you will definitely get it correct. Number 1. Under direct monetization method, RBI prints new currency and purchases government bonds directly from the primary market. 2. In indirect monetization method, deficits are monetized as the government issues bonds in the primary market and the RBI purchases an equivalent amount of government bonds from the secondary market in the form of open market operations. Select the correct statements. 6th question. So this is basically about how Reserve Bank of India intervenes in Indian markets, in order to make sure that inflationary rates and other market indices are at optima. Okay. So direct monetization method and indirect monetization method. Anyone? 6th question. Saubhagya is saying it is A. Okay, correct answer is actually option C. Again, both are correct. Alright, there are 2 ways in which RBI interferes in markets. Okay, number 1 is direct method, direct monetization method, which means directly printing money. Okay, the deficit in the economy can actually be covered in 2 methods. One is by directly printing additional cash, extra cash. This is known as direct monetization method. Problem with this is, if you do this very often, inflation will go up. Okay, too much cash will be in the society and inflationary trends will happen. Also, it is very bad for our economy. So RBI cannot always print too many notes in order to compensate for deficits in the economy. But second one, so this is when the second item comes into play, indirect monetization method. So here what RBI does is, RBI, when government issues bonds in the primary market, RBI purchases these bonds through the secondary market. Okay, so no fresh notes are coming, no fresh currency or notes are coming into the market or the economy. But rather than that, RBI uses its own money to buy government bonds. Okay, thereby infusing some extra money into the economy. No fresh printing, the reserve amount is used by the Reserve Bank. Fine, so correct answer is option C, both are true. So the second method is also known by the term open market operations. RBI directly interfering with the market by buying government bonds. Okay, question 7. Consider the following statements about IBC. Do you know what an IBC is? IBC means Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Okay, I think you know this, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. So number 1, it covers all individuals, companies, limited liability partnerships and partnership firms. 2, the insolvency resolution process can be initiated by any of the stakeholders of the firm, that is the firm, debtors, creditors or even the employees. Select the correct answer. Okay, question number 7. Any idea? I'll wait for 10 to 15 seconds. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board. I request all of you to make sure that you are in the live and you are not lagging behind in the stream. Okay. Alright, I think I will explain the answer. Question number 7, correct answer is option C once again. Okay, too many option C's today. But here also the correct answer is both statements are true. So according to the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, it actually covers everyone. It covers individuals, companies, LLPs, partnership firms. Okay, so basically this Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code is in place to make sure that the company or the partnership or whatever it is will not go bankrupt, but instead it can be restructured or re-emphasized or reoriented to form some kind of stable structure. Okay, I mean many of the companies, when it has a bad economical situation, immediately their loans will become NPA. Okay, non-performing assets, NPAs. So once this happens, there is a very good chance that the company itself might collapse because of the poor economic situation. So in order to avoid that, Reserve Bank came up with this idea of IBC, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Okay, so second one, with the help of Finance Ministry. So second one, the insolvency resolution process can be initiated by anyone. Okay, it can be firm itself, debtors, creditors or even employees. Anyone can actually start the insolvency resolution process. Okay, so correct answer is option C. Question 8. Consider the following statements about Banking Regulations Ordinance 2020. Okay, this is an amendment ordinance which came back in June 2020. Let's see. So it aims to bring all the non-banking finance corporations and multi-state cooperative banks under the direct supervision of Reserve Bank of India. 2. Ordinance allows RBI to make a scheme of reconstruction or amalgamation of a banking company after a 1-year moratorium. Select the correct statements. Question number 8. Banking Regulations Amendment Ordinance 2020. Give it a try, okay? Even if you do not know the answer, try to make good guesses. Just let me remind you, we have the Modern India revision MCQs happening at 8 PM to 9 PM in the Unacademy platform. So please do join me. The link and all will be provided in this Telegram channel. Okay, t.me/msrw1. Okay, so Saubhagya is saying it is B. I haven't got any other answers. So let's move on. What is the correct answer to question number 8? It is D. None of the above. All are incorrect. Okay, so according to Banking Regulations Amendment Ordinance 2020, it aims to bring all the urban cooperative banks UCBs and multi-state cooperative banks under the direct supervision of RBI. So if you remember, in Maharashtra and some other states, there were some issues with urban cooperative banks. Some of them actually failed. Okay, and lots of people who deposited money in those banks were in trouble. Okay, it was in the headlines for a very long time, around June, April, June, that time. Okay, so that is why, not this year, last year. So that is why this year RBI came up with this new, the government came up with this new ordinance, Banking Regulation Ordinance 2020, according to which Reserve Bank of India will now control UCBs and MSCBs also. Until now, Reserve Bank had no authority over urban cooperative banks and multi-state cooperative banks. Okay, it looked after the scheduled banks only. Second one, ordinance also allows RBI to make a scheme of reconstruction or amalgamation of a banking company after 1 year moratorium. No, without any moratorium, RBI has the power to do this. Okay, until now, whenever RBI went for these kinds of reconstruction and amalgamation, it was bound to give some period of moratorium for the entity, okay, before going into the reconstruction. But now RBI do not have to do that. According to the new ordinance, the 1 year moratorium period has been taken away, and it is up to the Reserve Bank to directly start the reconstruction process. Okay, so both the statements are incorrect. Answer is D. Question number 9 regarding the cooperative banks. 1. The customers of a cooperative bank are also its owners. 2. Urban cooperative banks in India are under the Registrar of Cooperative Societies and do not come under RBI. Okay, so very simple question. Those who listen to my explanation in the previous question should definitely get this one correct. So tell me, 9th question, what is the answer? Fahim saying it is A. Anybody else? If you have listened to the previous explanation, you should get this true. Okay, I got only one answer, that is from Fahim. Others? Okay, anyway, I will tell you correct answer is option A. Very good. Okay, Fahim, where you listen to that, so brilliant. So the customers of a cooperative bank are also its owners. That is obviously true. It is a cooperation. Okay, cooperation between people. Yesterday I explained this. Okay, so a group of people can together come up and start a cooperative bank on their own. There are some base criteria and all. Once they fulfill it, anybody can basically start a cooperative bank. Any group of people. Okay, so the customers are also its owners. That is correct. They can have stake within the bank. Second one, UCBs in India are under the control of the Registrar of Cooperative Societies. Yes. And do not come under RBI. No, it comes under RBI also. I just told you that. Okay, now Reserve Bank of India also have power over urban cooperative banks. So statement 2 is incorrect. Answer is 1 only. Alright. Question 10. Consider the following statements about point of sale machines, POS machines. Okay. 1. Cardholders can withdraw cash using their debit cards and open system prepaid cards issued by banks in India. 2. Credit cards cannot be used under this facility. 3. Cash can also be withdrawn at POS terminals through Unified Payment Interface. Select the correct answer. Point of sale machines. Choose the correct answer. I hope you know what a point of sale machine is. I mean, if you went to shops and all, you might have seen the you might have swiped the card in a handheld system. Okay, so such devices are known as point of sale machines, POS machines. So which of these statements is or are correct regarding a point of sale machine? Fahim is saying it is C. Saubhagya also saying it is C. Anyone else? Okay, 2 people told me the correct answer, but actually all of them is correct. Okay, for cash withdrawal purpose, I'm sorry, okay, I did not put that here. So as far as, okay, you are correct, I will give you, it is option C. Okay, but for cash withdrawal purposes, credit cards cannot be used. Okay, we can use UPIs and for UPI and debit cards for cash withdrawal. In both other statements, it's given. Cardholders can withdraw cash using debit cards. Can withdraw cash using UPI. But here also, it is that should have been given, but it is not given, so it's fine. C is the correct answer. Credit cards can be used for POS, but it cannot be used for withdrawing cash. It can be used for credit purposes. Okay, for example, if you buy something, you can pay using the credit card. It's fine, but you will not get liquid money as in your hand via credit cards. Okay, that can only be done by UPIs and debit cards in a POS machine. Okay, so for now, let's go with option C because this statement is incomplete. Okay, question 11. Consider the following statements about Payments Infrastructure Development Fund, PIDF. 1. The 500 crore PIDF seeks to encourage acquirers to deploy point-of-sale infrastructure for both physical and digital modes. 2. Reserve Bank of India will make an initial contribution of 250 crore to the PIDF, covering half of the fund. Select the correct answer. Payments Infrastructure Development Fund. 11th question. Saubhagya is saying it is A. Okay. So correct answer to question number 11 is C. Both are true. Okay. So it's actually a 500 crore project. Okay. The 500 crore PIDF seeks to encourage acquirers to deploy POS machines for both physical and digital modes. That is true. Second one, Reserve Bank of India will make the initial contribution of 250 crores to PIDF, which will be covering half of the fund. So total fund is 500 crores, it's given here, and Reserve Bank will be the entity that covers half of it. The other half will be covered by, the card issuers, banks, etc., etc. Okay, for example, if you look into your debit card or credit card, you will know the entity which issued that card. For example, it could be Visa. Okay, it could be a MasterCard. Okay, it could be a Maestro card. Clear? So issuing agency will be the entity that will cover a part of the remaining 50%. Fine. Question number 12. Consider the following statements about International Center for Settlement of Disputes, ICSID. 1. ICSID was established in 1966 by the Convention on Settlement of Investment Disputes for legal dispute resolution and conciliation between international investors. 2. India is a party to ICSID Convention. Select the correct statements. International Center for Settlement of Disputes. Question 12. Any idea? So dispute resolution system has been one of the very much chatted topics in the newspapers. There are plenty of these kinds of systems within India, at the international level, etc., etc. So this is one such institution. Divya is saying it is A. Welcome back, Divya. And you are correct. Okay, you came up with the correct answer. It is indeed A. So the International Center for Settlement of Disputes, ICSID, basically was established in 1966 by the Convention on the Settlement of Investment Disputes for legal dispute resolution and conciliation between international investors. Correct. So as long as there are some, if there are some international disputes regarding investment, okay, it can be taken up with the ICSID. This is an international forum for settling such disputes. Okay, so problem is India is not a part of it. Okay, India is not a party to this. So whenever such an issue arises, it is hard for India to solve this. Okay, because we are not a part of that international agency. Clear? So rather than, if a problem occurs bilaterally, the laws in these two countries will be different, right? There is no common ground. There is no mediator here. So it is harder for India to settle such issues. So now India is actually trying to promote some international arbiters so that these investment related issues can be settled very easily. Okay, this has been in the news very recently and it is still going on. Hopefully we will have a adjudication authority very soon. Okay, question 13. Consider the following statements about International Comparison Program, ICP. ICP is a worldwide data collection initiative that is managed by the International Monetary Fund under auspices of United Nations Statistical Commission. 2. India has participated in ICP rounds since its inception in 1970. Select the correct statements. International Comparison Program. 13th question. I'll give you 10 to 15 seconds to think on it. Any idea? Okay, so the correct answer to this question is option B, 2 only. So basically ICP is a worldwide data collection initiative that is managed by not IMF. Okay, instead of International Monetary Fund, it is the other Bretton Woods twin, which is World Bank. Okay, World Bank or the IBRD and IMF are together known as Bretton Woods twins. Okay, because it evolved or it came up in the Bretton Woods Agreement, as per Bretton Woods Agreement. So ICP, International Comparison Program, is a worldwide data collection program that is managed by World Bank under the auspices of UN Statistical Commission. India was a member of this since its inception in 1970. That is true. So correct answer is option B. Yeah, Divya, very good. Question 14. Consider the following statements about purchasing power parities. Okay, PPP. 1. PPP is the rate at which currency of one country would have to be converted into that of another country to buy the same amount of goods and services in each country. Okay. 2. PPP exchange rates are relatively volatile than market exchange rates. Select the correct answer. I think you would know about PPP by now. Can anybody tell me which committee in India deals with PPP? But that is another PPP. Okay, don't leave it. That is another PPP. That is public-private partnership. Okay. Okay. So 14th question. Correct answer is, since nobody have given me any answers, I think I will tell it myself. It is option A, 1 only. So basically purchasing power parity, this is the definition. Okay, please try to remember this definition. It is a rate at which currency of one country would have to be converted into that of another country to buy the same amount of goods and services in each country. All right. So for example, okay, consider say a pair of shoes. Okay, a pair of shoes. So a pair of shoes in India will say cost 700 rupees. Okay, 700 rupees is the cost of a pair of shoes in India. In United States of America, if PPP is to be considered, okay, then how much should it cost? It should cost about $10. Why? Because suppose the currency exchange rate is 70 rupees is $1. Okay, assuming that $1 is equivalent to 70 rupees as per the exchange rates, if the PPP is to be maintained, in United States of America, the same pair of shoes should be available at $10. Clear? But the problem is this is not always the case. In India, it would be available in 700 rupees, but in USA, it would cost some, $50 or say $30 or something like that. It will be definitely more. Okay, so that is why Indian economy is considered as the 7th largest economy in the world, but in terms of PPP, Indian economy is the 3rd largest economy in the world. This is the reason, because we can buy the same product with a lesser equivalent of currency. Understood? With the lesser equivalent of the exchange rate. So correct answer 1 only. 2 is wrong. PPP exchange rates are relatively stable. Market exchange rates are always volatile. Okay, because as according to the market trends, the rate will also keep on changing. So PPP exchange rate is relatively stable compared to the market exchange rates. So answer is option A. Question 15. Consider the following statements about United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD. 1. It was established in 1964 as a permanent intergovernmental body. 2. Its headquarters is in Geneva. Select the correct statements. I think you should get the answer to this one. You should definitely get the answer to this one. UNCTAD. Please see if you can answer this. Alright. C, yes, correct. Okay, very good, Divya. Correct. C is the correct answer. So, regarding the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, it was indeed established in 1964 as a permanent intergovernmental body. That is true. Its headquarters is in Geneva. Almost, I think most of these kinds of bodies have its headquarters in Geneva. Only some has it in other areas. So both the statements are correct. Okay, whenever you study an international organization, make sure that you know where the headquarters is and if India is a member to that organization. So India is definitely a member to UNCTAD, and yeah, these both statements are correct. Answer is option C. 16. Regarding social stock exchanges. Okay, consider the following statements about social stock exchanges. 1. Social stock exchange is an electronic fundraising platform that allows investors to buy shares in a social enterprise that has been vetted by the exchange. 2. Social enterprise includes a revenue generating business whose primary objective is to achieve a social objective. Select the incorrect statements using the codes given below. 16th question. Please try to answer this one. Regarding social stock exchanges, choose the correct answer. Just a reminder, we have a 5:45 p.m. app quiz. Okay, I will share the quiz code on my Telegram channel. It is given here. So please subscribe to this channel in order to participate in that quiz. Okay. So 16th, any idea? Yeah, correct answer is option D. None of the above. Why? Because both the statements are correct and you are asked to choose the incorrect statements. Okay, so both are right. So answer is none of the above. Neither is incorrect. Fine. So basically, social stock exchange is an electronic fundraising platform that allows investors to buy shares in a social enterprise that has been vetted by the exchange. Correct. So basically, what is a social enterprise? That is the second statement. It includes a revenue generating business whose primary objective is to achieve a social objective. For example, say reduction of carbon dioxide, or maybe green energy, clean energy, etc., etc. These are social causes, and the company might be making profit in a socially relevant area. Clear? Such enterprises are known as social enterprises. So both the statements are correct. Answer is option D. 17. Consider the following statements about Indian Energy Exchange, IEE or IEX. Okay. 1. It is the first and largest energy exchange in India, providing a nationwide automated trading platform for physical delivery of electricity, renewable energy certificates, and energy saving certificates. 2. It is regulated by Central Electricity Regulatory Commission. Select the correct answer. Yeah, most of you did not see that in the previous question it was the incorrect code which was asked. Okay, I thought I read it out, but okay. Indian Energy Exchange. Okay, these are economics questions. That is why it might appear to be a bit boring. But very soon we will start with some more interesting topics. Okay. C. Okay, Divya is saying it is C. Actually, very good, Divya. It is indeed C. Both are true. Okay, so remember, it is the first and largest energy exchange in India. Okay, largest energy exchange in India, providing a nationwide automated trading platform for physical delivery of electricity, renewables energy certificates and energy saving certificates. Correct. It's regulated by Central Electricity Regulatory Commission. Also correct. So basically both the statements are correct. So answer is C. No further explanation. As far as IEX is concerned, you have to understand these two statements. More or less enough. Okay. Question 18. Consider the following statements about lone wolf attacks. Okay. 1. Long-term data reveals that the proportion of lone wolf attacks has risen from under 5% in the mid-1970s to above 70% for the period between 2014 and 2018. These attacks involve a threat by a wolf pack in near forest dwellings. Select the correct statements. 18th question. So the economics portion is over. So I think we can pick up some pace. Regarding lone wolf attacks, tell me the correct answer. You have 10 to 15 seconds. Any idea? Okay. So correct answer to 18th question is option A, 1 only. B don't know. Okay. Option A, 1 only. Okay. Divya. So what is this lone wolf attack? Lone wolf attack has nothing to do with wolves. Okay. So this is wrong. It has nothing to do with wolves. So this is a kind of terrorist attack that happens around the world. Okay, so earlier, there were various terrorist groups which perpetrates an attack. For say example, Al-Qaeda or ISIS. Okay, these kinds of groups will do the Lashkar-e-Taiba, etc., etc. These are the perpetrators. They will attack in a group. Okay, 5 or 6 terrorists will together come and cause all the havoc. But in lone wolf attacks, it is one person who is organizing, preparing, and implementing the attack. The best example is what happened in the Pulwama. Okay, I mean one of the CRPF convoys has been hit by a single person, riding in a car full of explosives, right? So that kind of attack is known as lone wolf attack. Similarly, what happened in New Zealand? Okay, in the church, one single person entered a church with a gun and fired upon the people who came there to pray. So these kinds of attacks organized and implemented by single persons are known as lone wolf attacks. So the percentage of these attacks has increased from 5%, under 5% in mid 1970s over to 70% around 2014-2018. Second is wrong. Okay, nothing to do with wolves. Okay, so correct answer is option A. Question 19. Consider the following statements about Financial Action Task Force, FATF. 1. It currently comprises 37 member countries, including India, and 2 regional organizations, the European Union and Gulf Cooperation Council. 2. It was established in July 1989 by a group of 7 summit in Paris. Select the correct answer. Financial Action Task Force. I think you have heard of this agency, very world famous agency, which works against laundering money for terrorism. Okay. Which also publishes this gray list, blacklist, etc., etc. So FATF has recently put Pakistan in the grey list. Okay, because Pakistani's government has not done enough to prevent money being landed in the terrorist hands. So 19th question, correct answer is option B, 2 only. Okay, so basically Financial Action Task Force has 37 member countries and 2 regional organizations. That is correct. India is also a part of this, also correct. Problem is the regional organizations are not GCC and EU. One is GCC, that is Gulf Cooperation Council. Other one, it is not European Union, it is the European Commission. European Union and European Commission are 2 different bodies. Okay, it is not European Union, it is the European Commission. Statement 2 is correct. It was established in July 1989 by the Group of 7 Summit in Paris. Answer is option B. 20. Consider the following statements. 1. Sea ice is frozen seawater that floats on the ocean surface. 2. Rapid decline in Arctic sea cover is linked with growing carbon emissions and subsequent global warming. 3. The Arctic Ocean is Earth's northernmost body of water and the world's smallest ocean. Select the correct answer. Okay, 20th question. I'll give you 10 to 15 seconds. I think this is a very answerable question. Easy question. Any idea? Okay, so 20th question, correct answer, all the above. Everything is correct. Okay, so sea ice is frozen seawater that floats on the ocean surface. Correct. We can see plenty of sea ice in the polar regions. Okay, you have seen those National Geographic channels, na? The polar bears are all standing, on top of sea ice. So this floats on seawater and basically frozen. So second one, rapid decline in Arctic sea cover is linked with carbon emissions and the subsequent global warming. Obviously, okay, ocean level rise is one of the direct causes of, direct impacts of climate change, global warming. Okay, third one, the Arctic Ocean is the Earth's northernmost body of water, obviously, and the world's smallest ocean. That we know from our, I think, very young classes itself. Okay, the smallest ocean in the world is Arctic Ocean. So, all these are correct. Answer is option D, all the above. So, yeah, once again a reminder before moving on to 21st question. We have started this 6 months GS batch yesterday. So, those who wish to enroll can still do this. Complete syllabus coverage, PTS, live classes, all available. Top faculties are taking all these classes. Okay, so please do look into them. Classes are available for 2022 and 2023 UPSC also, and available in 3 different language formats: bilingual, Hindi and English. Okay, so do take a look into all this. Question 21. Consider the following statements about the functions of natural barriers to disasters. Okay, that is bioshields. 1. Buffering and mitigating hazard impacts. 2. Reducing vulnerability by providing ecosystem services to reduce vulnerability. 3. Reducing exposure when natural infrastructure is established in highly exposed areas. Select the correct statements. Okay, regarding bioshields, choose the correct answer. You have 10 seconds. Okay, so correct answer, 21st question, all the above once again. Okay, basically what are these bioshields? Bioshields are, anything that acts as a natural barrier to a disaster. Okay, for example, when tsunami came in the 2004 and all, what happened? The major natural barrier to the tsunami waves were what? What were the natural barriers? Yeah, you got it. Saubhagya got it correct. What were the natural barriers to tsunami waves? A particular kind of forest. What is it? Anyone? This is a clue. A particular kind of marshy forests. Find out yourself. Okay. So there are multiple these kinds of natural barriers to these kinds of disasters, and they provide buffering and mitigation to the hazard impacts. Correct. Because in the tsunami case, these kinds of forests were able to reduce the intensity of tsunami waves. Second one, reducing vulnerability by providing ecosystem services. Correct, obviously. Reducing exposure when natural infrastructure is established in highly exposed areas. Also correct. So anything that functions in either of these, which satisfies either of these criteria is known as a bioshield. Okay. 22. Consider the following statements about Sundarbans. Okay. Number 1. It lies on the delta of Ganges, Yamuna and Meghna rivers on the Bay of Bengal. 2. India has about 30% of total mangrove cover in South Asia. Choose the correct answer. So I think now you got the answer to the previous question. Those kinds of forests are known as mangrove forests. Okay, mangroves were of huge importance during the tsunami time. Okay. 22nd question, please answer. You have 10 seconds. No one? Okay. Saripalli Jayant is saying it is D. Saubhagya is saying C. So what is the correct answer? It is D. Very good. Saripalli Jayant. Okay, welcome to the class. It is D. Both are wrong. Sundarbans, you know where Sundarbans is. Okay. So Sundarbans, it lies in the delta of Ganges, Meghna, not Yamuna. Okay, it is Brahmaputra. Okay, Ganges, Brahmaputra and Meghna together form the Sundarbans delta. Second one, India has about 30% of total mangrove cover in South Asia. No way, man. Only 3%. Not 30. Okay, India has only a mere 3% of the total mangrove cover in South Asian region. We have a lot more in Thailand, Vietnam and such other countries. Okay, so correct answer is neither of the above. So answer is D. 23. Consider the following statements about One Sun, One World, One Grid program. Okay, OSOWOG, OSOWOG. 1. The idea for OSOWOG was for the first time pitched by Indian Prime Minister in 2018 during the first General Assembly of International Solar Alliance. 2. International Solar Alliance is headquartered in Paris, France. Select the correct answer. 23rd question. You have 10 seconds. One Sun, One World, One Grid program. Okay, I think I will explain it now. Correct answer to 23rd question is option A, 1 only. Okay, so this idea was actually proposed by Narendra Modi. Okay, our Prime Minister proposed this idea in the first General Assembly of ISA back in 2018. Okay, this is fine. ISA was established on the sidelines of COP21, that is the Paris Conference 2015. Okay, by India and France. But the headquarters of International Solar Alliance is actually not in France, it is in India. Okay, not Paris, it is in India at a place called Gurgaon or Gurugram. Okay, got it? So statement 2 is incorrect. Answer is option A, 1 only. 24. Consider the following statements about Seabed 2030 project. 1. It is a collaborative project between Microsoft and the General Bathymetric Chart of the Oceans, GEPCO. 2. It aims to bring together all available bathymetric data to produce the definitive map of the world ocean floor by 2030. Select the correct answer. Yeah, Solarajan got the previous one correct. Now it is the question 24. Please see if you can answer this. I request all the learners to make sure that you are not lagging behind in the video and you are perfectly in the live. Okay. Any idea? Question 24. Okay, so I think I will tell you the answer now. It is options B, 2 only. So basically, CBET 2030 project, it is a collaboration between General Bathymetric Chart of the Oceans, that is GEPCO, and it is not Microsoft, it is Nippon Foundation of Japan. Okay, Nippon Foundation, Japan, along with GEPCO together conducted this CBET 2030 project, and it aims to bring together all the available bathymetric data. Bathymetric data means what? Regarding the depth and shape of ocean floor. Okay, so the bathymetric data will be produced in a definitive map of the world ocean floor by 2030, and it will be made available to all. Okay, so this is a project conducted by Nippon Foundation of Japan and GEPCO together. Question 25, easiest question of this quiz. Lichens is a composite organism that emerges from dash. Hello Pinky Das, welcome. Easiest question of this quiz. Lichens is a composite organism that emerges from option A, algae and bacteria, option B, algae and fungi, option C, bacteria and fungi, option D, none of the above. $25. You should get this. Okay, Pinky Das is saying it is B. Anybody else? Saubhagya saying C. The most accurate answer, okay? Yeah, correct answer is algae and fungi. Not bacteria and fungi, it is algae and fungi. Okay, lichen is a composite organism that emerges from algae and fungi. Answer is B. Okay. No further explanation there. I think this is a very environment or biology question. We have studied this in our school days and all. Okay. Sometimes we also say that this is a kind of cyanobacteria, but we cannot generally say it is bacteria. Okay. It is a kind of cyanobacteria and fungi. Or most accurate answer here is algae and fungi. 26. Iyengali Urban Employment Guarantee Scheme, which guarantees 100 days of manual work wage employment to an urban household, is implemented in the state of dash. A. Kerala, B. Tamil Nadu, C. Karnataka, D. Telangana. Yeah, Seema Shetty is here. Welcome, Seema. Indicator of air pollution, symbiosis. Exactly, okay. Okay, our biology expert is here. So, 26th question. Come on, tell me the correct answer. I think some of you are lagging behind in the class. So I request all of you to make sure that the seek bar is towards the end of it. Okay, I want all of you in live. Please make sure you are not lagging behind by 10 seconds or 20 seconds. So Seema saying it is A, Pinky Das A. Everybody is saying it is A. Yeah, it is A. Okay, it is my home state. So this is something like Manarega program. Okay, MG Narega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Assurance Yojana. This program actually gives 100 days of work for people. Anyone can register under MG Narega. Similarly, in the state of Kerala, something similar is conducted for the urban households. Okay, which provides 100 days of manual work with wage. It is named after one of the social reformers of Kerala, that is Iyengali, and it has been around since 2010. Okay, some of the state government programs are also relevant for UPSC, so make sure to look into that as well. Okay, for example, the Kalia scheme of Orissa, okay, are all very much famous programs. So do look into them also. Question 27. Consider the following statements about World Drug Report 2020. 1. Cannabis was the most used substance worldwide in 2018, while opioids remain the most harmful. 2. Transition to drug use disorders is more prevalent among people with a lower socioeconomic status. Select the correct statements. Twenty-seventh question. This session will end at 5:30. We have about 13 more questions to go. We will start the 5:45 Unacademy app quiz. Okay, on polity, and here is the link for the same along with the code will be given in my Telegram channel, which is shown here. So please do subscribe to this channel. And we have the Modern India MCQ session at 8 PM to 9 PM today at the Unacademy platform. The link for the same is provided in the Telegram channel once again. Okay, 27 answer C. All of you are giving me answer C, and it is indeed C. Okay, so according to the World Drug Report 2020, cannabis was the most commonly used substance, okay, worldwide. But the most harmful substance was indeed opioids. Second is correct. Transition to drug use disorders is more prevalent among the lower socioeconomic status of society. Okay, so lack of education, lack of awareness, lack of proper economic background, all these poverty, etc., will lead these people into substance abuse. Okay, so correct answer is option C. 28. Global Education Monitoring Report 2020 titled Inclusion and Education, all means all has been published recently by who among the following? Option A, UNESCO. Option B, UNICEF. Option C, World Bank. Option D, United Nations Human Rights Commission. Twenty-eighth question, please answer it. I am receiving some late answers, okay? So I request those people to make sure you are not lagging behind in the stream. Okay, Seema is saying it is option D, 28, UNHRC. Anyone else? Pinky Das going with World Bank. Saripalli Jayanth going with option A, and it is indeed A. It is UNESCO. Okay, UNESCO is the agency that publishes this particular report, Global Education Monitoring Report 2020, titled Inclusion and Education, all means all. Okay, so this report was brought out by UNESCO. These are wrong. Question number 29. Consider the following statements about FSSAI. Okay, I think you know what FSSAI is. Okay, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. So this was established through an act. Okay, so the act aims to establish a single reference point for all matters relating to food safety and standards by moving from multi-level and multi-departmental control to a single line of command. 2. Ministry of Commerce is the administrative ministry for the implementation of FSSAI. Select the correct answer. Welcome Ramu Vasanta. So tell me the correct answer to this question. FSSAI Act. Yeah, 29. Saripalli Jayan going with option C. Others? Saubhagya C. Seema Shetty C. Pinky Das A. Very good, Pinky. Sola Rajan also C. Correct answer is indeed A. One only. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India is established as a single reference point for all matters relating to food safety and standards by moving from multi-level, multi-departmental control to a single line of command. Correct. Okay, that is a no-brainer. That is true. Second one is wrong. It is not Ministry of Commerce, which is the administrative ministry. It is the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Okay, Health and Family Welfare. Understood? So statement 2 is wrong, 1 is correct. Answer is option A. 30. Consider the following statements about Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin Phase 2. Okay, Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin Phase 2. 1. SBMG Phase 2 will be implemented from 2020 to 2030 in mission mode. 2. An ODF plus village is defined as a village which sustains its ODF status, ensures solid and liquid waste management, and is virtually clean. Select the correct statements. Yes, Seema, correct. Okay, so I think you know what this ODF means. ODF means open defecation free. Okay. So give me the answer. Damu Vasanta saying C. Others, 30th question. Pinky Das saying C. Seema Shetty saying C. Everybody is going with C so far. Correct answer is but B. Okay, so Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin Phase 2 will be implemented not for 10 years. Okay, this is a period of 10 years. This is wrong. It is from 2020, 2021 to 2024-25. It is a 5-year program. Okay, not a 10-year program. That is why statement 1 is wrong. Second is correct. ODF plus village is defined as a village which sustains the open defecation free status, at the same time ensures solid and liquid waste management SLWM, and is virtually clean. Okay, so this is true. First is wrong. The time period is only 5 years. So answer is option B. 31. Consider the following statements. Indian Patents Act IPA 1970 does not render any provisions related to formation of patent pools or any guidelines for the same. 2. In India, patent pooling is viewed as restrictive practice by Competition Act 2002, which are anti-competitive in nature. Select the correct statements. First question. We have only 9 more questions after this. Totally 40 questions are there. We will end this session by 5:30. I request all of you to be ready with the Unacademy learning app by 5:45, where there will be a very small 20 questions MCQ. And at 8 p.m. tonight, we have a 1-hour session on modern Indian history in Unacademy platform. The link and code for the same will be provided in my Telegram channel, which is given here. So please do subscribe to this channel. Okay, 31 C, C, C. Vignesh is saying C, Seema C, Ramu C. So what is the answer? Answer is C. Both are true. Very good. Okay, so Indian Patent Act 1970 does not render any provisions related to the formation of patent pool. That is correct. But you have to note that it also does not prevent anyone from forming a patent pool. Okay, so anyway, this statement is correct. Second one, in India, patent pooling is viewed as a restrictive practice by Competition Act of 2002, which are anti-competitive in nature. That is correct. Again, correct. This is an unfortunate thing, and we are actually trying to change all these things. Now the IPR is very much important for world trade. Okay, so India is also trying to enhance its IPR rules, its patent pooling, etc. etc. So correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. 32. Biology question again. Consider the following statements about plasma. 1. Plasma is the liquid portion of the blood and yellowish in color. 2. About 55% of blood is plasma and remaining 45% are RBCs, WBCs and platelets that are suspended in plasma. Select the correct statements. 32nd question. Let's see how many can get this. Vignesh saying C, Saripalli B, Seema Shetty C. Okay, this is a biology question, so Seema is obviously correct. Yeah, Saubhagya also saying C. Correct answer C. Okay. So plasma is the liquid portion of the blood and yellowish in color. True. Blood has both liquid and solid portions. So plasma is the area which gives the volume, which gives the viscosity, etc. to the blood. Okay, so this is basically yellowish in color. All right, the RBCs, etc. provide the hemoglobin, etc. provides the red color. So RBC, WBC, and platelets form the suspended particles, and it has its own functions. Okay, so correct answer, so it also forms 55% of blood, also correct. So both statements are true, answer is C. So another question regarding plasma once more. In a first in India, Dash government has launched a plasma bank for treating COVID-19 patients. Okay, if you remember at the earlier times, when COVID started, say in January, February, those times, people actually believed that we can actually use plasma treatment for COVID. Okay, there were many theories put forward at that time. It didn't work that well, but however, this was considered as a feasible option. So one of these states actually started a plasma bank for first time in India. Which is it? Option A, Maharashtra. Option B, Kerala. Option C, Delhi. Option D, Karnataka. Convalescent plasma therapy, exactly. Okay. But now we have, vaccines are coming up. So let's look forward for that. Ramu saying Kerala. Saripalli saying Maharashtra. Saubhagya saying Kerala. Okay, so correct answer is Delhi. Seema got it. Ramu got it initially but changed the answer. Okay, correct answer is Delhi. Delhi is the first state in India which actually brought in or formed a plasma bank owing to COVID-19. Okay. Because remember, just think about it. I mean, in Kerala, COVID-19 pandemic did not spread in those levels at that time, at the beginning. Okay, in Delhi was the state which was seeing very high pace of COVID-19 spread. In Kerala, it spread later, in the second wave only. Okay, question 34. Consider the following statements about tuberculosis, TB. 1. Tuberculosis is caused by bacteria, that is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. 2. Its effects is concentrated at the lungs. Select the correct statements. Its effects are concentrated at the lungs. Select the correct statements. Vignesh C, Ramu C, Seema C. I got 3 answers. Everybody C. Saripalli Jain C, Saubhagya C, all are saying it is C. Actually, no. Correct answer A, 1 only. Okay, its effects are concentrated in the lungs. So, 1 only is the correct answer. Okay, tuberculosis is indeed caused by a bacteria, that is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Its effects are concentrated at the lungs. No. There are 2 kinds of TBs. Okay, one is known as pulmonary tuberculosis. Pulmonary TB. As far as pulmonary TB is concerned, its effects are concentrated in the lungs. That is true. There is another one known as non-pulmonary TB. Okay, this affects certain other body parts as well. Okay, that has nothing to do with the that has nothing to do with lungs or pulmonary organs. Fine. So 2 kinds of TBs are there, pulmonary and non-pulmonary. Pulmonary deals with lungs and other respiratory organs. Non-pulmonary deals with certain other body parts. Fine. Correct answer is option A, 1 only. 35. Consider the following statements about New Space India Limited, NSIL. 1. It is the commercial arm of ISRO with the primary responsibility of enabling Indian industries to take up high technology space related activities. 2. It is wholly owned Government of India company. Select the incorrect statements using the codes given below. Okay, again remember you are asked to choose the incorrect statements, don't forget. Okay, 35, 2, fine. Saubhagya also saying it is B. We have only 40 questions, okay, only 5 more questions after this. Seema saying B. Okay, all of you are saying it is B. Actually, correct answer to this question is option B. Both these statements are correct. Okay, it is actually a wholly owned Government of India company, New Space India Limited. We might think this is, PPP or maybe even private wing, but it is not. NSIL is only owned by Government of India, and it is the commercial arm of ISR. We have another technical arm known as Antrix Corporation. Okay, I hope you have heard about it. So here anyway both statements are correct. You are asked to choose the incorrect answer. So it is incorrect statements, and it is 36. Consider the following statements about the fifth state of matter. Okay, fifth state of matter. 1. The existence of Bose-Einstein condensate, also known as the fifth state of matter, was predicted by Albert Einstein and Indian mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan. 2. BEC, or the Bose-Einstein condensate, is a supercooled gas that no longer behaves as an individual atom or particle, but rather an entity in a single quantum state. Select the correct statements. Antrix is the commercial wing of IXRO, but now it is given to the NSIL. Okay, Antrix is still there, but NSIL has been formed as a wholly owned subsidiary of Government of India. Fifth state of matter. Physics question. Let's see how many of you are good in physics. Yeah, this was an easy question. Okay, yes. Correct answer, option B. So it is Albert Einstein and Indian mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan. No, look at the name itself. It says Bose-Einstein condensate. Okay, so it is not Srinivasa Ramanujan. It is Satyendranath Bose. Satyendranath Bose. Okay, so Satyendranath Bose and Albert Einstein came up with this Bose-Einstein condensate, and these are supercooled gas. Okay, so this is basically cooled at minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. That is absolute zero temperature. Okay, and at this temperature, certain gases will behave no longer as usual atoms or particles, but instead as quantum state, in a quantum state. Okay, so correct answer is option B, 2 only. 37. Consider the following statements about summer solstice. 1. It is the longest day of the year. It is on June 21st in northern hemisphere. 2. According to NASA, the amount of incoming energy the Earth received from the sun on this day is 30% higher at the North Pole than at the equator. Select the correct statements. Okay, 37th question, summer solstice. This is your geography question. You might have studied about this in 8th standard or something like that. Seema is saying it is C, fine. Others? Saubhagya also saying it is C. Okay, so correct answer 37th question is C. Both are. Summer solstice is the longest day of the year. Okay, so we have two solstices. Okay, in the summer, one in southern hemisphere and one in northern hemisphere. So in northern hemisphere, it happens on June 21st, and it is the longest day for all of us. So according to NASA, amount of incoming energy the Earth received from the sun on this day is 30% higher at the North Pole than at the equator. This is based on a study conducted by NASA, and this is a very factual statement, and it is true. Okay, this is based on NASA's observations. Okay, so both statements are correct. Answer is option C. Last three questions. Number 38. Consider the following statements about conditions for annular solar eclipse, ASE. 1. There should be a new moon. 2. The moon should be at or very near a lunar node so that Earth, Sun and Moon all are in straight line. 3. The moon should be near perigee. Select the correct statements. 38th question, annular solar eclipse. B, okay. Seema is saying it is B. And any other answers? Okay, I think only one answer and it is B. Correct answer is, however, A, 1 and 2. Okay, so for an annular solar eclipse to happen, there should be a new moon. That is an essential criteria. The moon should be at or very near a lunar node, so that sun, moon, earth and all can be in straight line. Third is wrong. The moon should be near perigee. No, it should be near apogee. What is this annular solar eclipse? This was recently visible in India. I myself saw this in Kerala, okay, very much clearly. So in the annular solar eclipse, we can see a ring of fire. Okay, so it will be like this. The sun will be eclipsed in the form of a ring. Okay, so this is the sun and this one will be the moon. Clear? So moon will come in between earth and sun. So we can see the sun as a ring of fire. That is the annular solar eclipse. So for this to happen, it should be a new moon. Correct. Moon should not be visible. 2. The moon should be at or very near a lunar node. Correct. What is a lunar node? The Earth's orbital plane and the moon's orbital plane, okay, is inclined at an angle of 5 degrees. So if this is Earth's orbit and if this is moon's orbit, okay, it is actually inclined at a 5 degree angle. And these orbital planes touch each other or intersect each other in 2 points. Okay, this is point number 1 and this is point number 2. These points are known as lunar nodes. Okay, these are the lunar nodes. So moon should be in the lunar node or at least close to a lunar node for this to happen. Third one, moon should be at apogee, not perigee. Perigee means what? Closest to the earth. Apogee means furthest from earth. So if the moon is very close to earth, what will happen? The moon will completely cover sun. Okay, so we cannot see this annular solar ring. Fine. It is because moon is very much closer to the sun and far away from earth. It is because the moon is in apogee that this solar ring is visible to us. Okay, so correct answer is option A. Penultimate question. Consider the following statements. Archaeological Survey of India functions as an attached office to Ministry of Culture. 2. India ranked 34th on the World Travel and Tourism Competitive Index 2019 released by World Economic Forum. Select the correct statements. Yes, Abhagya, new moon is necessary for that, for annular solar eclipse to happen. Okay, I mean, you can just think about it. In what happens in annular solar eclipse? The sun is here, the moon is here, and the earth is here, right? So, the sun's rays will be falling on this side of the moon. Okay, and the other half of the moon is completely dark. So, that is basically the new moon. Okay, so in the this eclipse will happen only in new moon. If the moon is somewhere here, then yeah, a portion of the moon which receives sun's rays will be visible to earth. Okay, but moon is right in between sun and earth. So it is obviously a new moon. 39th question. Anyone? Option A. Saubhagya is saying option A. Seema Shetty is saying C. And the correct answer indeed option C. Both are true. Okay. Archaeological Survey of India is actually attached to the Ministry of Culture. This is a very simple statement. 2 is also correct. India is ranked 34th in World Travel and Tourism Competitive Index 2019. And this is released by World Economic Forum. Okay, I mean, this is a very awkward thing, na? Travel and Tourism and World Economic Forum. Okay, not very much logical, but actually it is released by WEF. So study all the reports, indices, etc. by various international organizations. The last question for the day. Consider the following statements about Malabar Rebellion. 1. The Malabar Rebellion, also known as Mopla Rebellion, was a peaceful revolt staged by the Mapla Muslims of Kerala against the British authorities and their Hindu landlords in 1921. 2. It began as a communal uprising and eventually turned into a class rebellion. Select the correct statements. 40th question. Let's see how many get this. This is the last question, okay? So let me again remind you, 5:45 we have the Unacademy app quiz, 20 questions on polity, executive. I will share the code in my Telegram channel, which is given here, t.me/msrw1. At 8 p.m. tonight, we have the Modern India MCQ session in the Unacademy platform. That is a 1-hour session, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and hope to see you all there also. The link and all will be provided again in my Telegram channel as shown here. Okay, so I'm getting answers as A. Correct answer is D, none of the above. Okay, so Malabar Rebellion, also popularly known as Moppala Rebellion, was a peaceful revolt staged by the Mappila Muslims of Kerala against British authorities and their Hindu landlords in 1921. It is not a peaceful revolt, it was an armed revolt. That is why first statement is wrong. Okay, it was not peaceful. Second one also wrong. It began as a class uprising and it turned into a communal rebellion. Okay, initially it was the tenants versus landlords, and the tenants were predominantly Muslims and landlords were predominantly Hindus. So although it started as a class revolt, eventually it turned into a communal revolt because of the clear difference in religion. Okay, so both the statements are incorrect. Right answer is option D. Okay guys, thank you for joining. Now we have come to the end of this session. Thank you for joining. Kindly use the code MSRW1 to unlock free contents in Unacademy and also to get 10% discount in any Unacademy subscriptions. Also, please subscribe to my Telegram channel t.me/msrw1 so that whenever I schedule the class and etc., you will be notified in this channel. Okay, all the class notes, PDFs, etc. will also be provided in this particular channel. Okay, also don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this video. And yeah, that's it. See you again at 8 p.m. tonight. Bye bye.